Bans don't work. Products will find their way to market. Since 2019, these products have been regulated through the Department of State Health Services. It has, I think I recall from testimony, 3 investigators throughout the state. The committee substitute fixes that by putting boots on the ground to enforce a highly regulated, highly taxed regime through TABC. TABC is the most equipped agency to process licenses, review products for approval, and enforce these regulations. They're accustomed to this process through alcohol regulation, and it is better fitted to this program. Members, if we learned anything from Prohibition, we know that bans don't work. Everybody that I talk to on this issue, not on this floor, but out in community, say, hey, we need to highly regulate it, we need to tax it, we need to police it, we need to enforce it, but the ban will not work. And I really want to commend the author of the bill for working so hard on this. He's put hours into this because he too shares the knowledge that what we have is not an unregulated marketplace, it's an underregulated marketplace. We set up the program and we just never did right with the regulatory regime that would make it safe, effective, and easily enforceable. And that's what the committee substitute to SB 3 does. I think the chairman has struck the right balance between enforcement and use in the marketplace, which we know will occur either in a legal marketplace or, if this amendment passes, in the black market, right? All the things that Dr. Oliverson talked about, and he's right about those things, they're dealt with in the bill. They're dealt with in this committee substitute. If you're concerned about synthetics, they're dealt with in the substitute. If you're concerned about enforcement, it's dealt with in the substitute. If you're concerned that your people don't want it, it's dealt with in the substitute. Your county could go dry through popular election. All those things are covered in the bill. And this amendment would undo all of them. Their packaging restrictions, their criminal penalties. There's age limitations. You must be 21. All of that gets undone. And what do we return to? A completely unregulated black market where these products will find their way to young people today. If anybody is to blame about the state of affairs, it's us in under-regulating this marketplace. We chose to be hands-off. Yes, bad actors entered. Yes, licenses were too easy to get. Yes, people popped up. This bill would clean all that up and would regulate about 80%, would get rid of about 80% of the marketplace, those bad actors that we want to get rid of. If you adopt this amendment, members, you're going to be driving people into the black market, you're going to be criminalizing veterans, you're going to be criminalizing young people, all for possession. The Moody Amendment, thank you, Dr. Oliverson, for taking it. That amendment to the amendment will make sure that our youngest people, minors, do not suffer these penalties. But if you vote for this, you're criminalizing your neighbor who used this stuff. You're criminalizing grandma who may use this stuff for her knees. Maybe her kids offer it to her to help her with her pain. You're turning those people into criminals with a total ban. You're turning them into criminals. And I don't think that's what any Texan wants, members. So members, I hope you'll join me in supporting the underlying bill. It's a very, very good bill, well thought out, many hours of work that went into it in the State Affairs Committee. I hope you support the chairman and reject this amendment. Thank you for your time.